Bye.
Cricket Tracker special show in the air with me, Nivedna Prabhu. Abhi, of course, the first T20Is resulted in Team India's favor because they've gone on to win this by 7 wickets. If you see that, of course, Hardik Pandya did a deadly job for the island side, 64 not out of 33. Chahal, of course, getting 1 for 11. But for India, doing the job was Deepak Hooda, 47 not out of 29, and Young getting 1 for 18 from the Ireland side. And this is something that both my cricket guests did expect that Team India would win. But what really, transpired there was that rain that was playing the villain. Lekin at the same time, let me come back to talk to both Umesh and Rishabh. Great to have both of you back in the studios. Rishabh, let me start off with you first. Who are you mightily impressed with from the island side? No surprises for guessing that it has to be Tector for that amazing performance. Did you expect him to step up today?
Well, indeed, it was unexpected. I mean, the thing with Ireland side is that no one really knows like which players can fire and which can really surprise you. So the Tector turned out to be the one who was the surprising factor for the team, and he really played well and finished the innings for his team. I guess he was even dropped by Akshar Patel, but despite that, his innings was just flawless.
Right. And if you look at the numbers, definitely talking for itself. If we could take a look at that on our screen once again, 64 not out of 33 balls and his strike rate being 193.94, four sixes and six fours and three sixes. Coming back to today's game, on the other hand, if you're talking about Chahal as well, I mean, could not have that powerful performance that we would like to. But summarizing Chahal's performance as well as Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, both the bowlers from Team India side. उमेश मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ आपको क्या लगा of course you're expecting कि चहल ज्यादा wickets ले I mean after all you bank on a player like him to get it लेकिन क्या हुआ आज we didn't see the kind of powerful performance that we generally see from Chahal.
एक्चुअली फिर भी अगर दोनों के बारे में बात करें जैसे कि चहल और भुवनेश्वर दोनों हमारे लिए एक बैंकर की तरह रहे अगर जस्ट वांट टू हैव टू फॉरगॉट द लास्ट ओवर ऑफ द भुवनेश्वर एंड जहां तक चहल की बात है तो कंडीशंस जो थे मतलब उसमें चहल ने जिस तरह से परफॉर्म किया वो काफी अप्रिसिएबल है और क्योंकि कंडीशंस जो थे आप साफ तरह से देख सकते थे कि स्विंग बोथ वे स्विंग हो रही थी बॉल पेसर्स के लिए ज्यादा फेवरेबल जा रही थी और उसके बावजूद चहल ने वहां पे गए और मतलब डिलीवर किया 3 ओवर में सिर्फ 11 रन देके और एक विकेट भी लिया एंड मोस्ट इकोनॉमिकल बॉलर फॉर द इंडियन टीम इन द मैच सो आई विल स्टिल बैट ऑन हिम फॉर द नेक्स्ट मैच.
All right. Okay. That is, of course, because we know they'll come back and still step up. But one person who made all the noise, this is like basically आप syllabus के लिए अपने exam के लिए पढ़ाई करने के लिए जाते हैं. So we were all expecting a huge Umran Malik show. But who came out of the syllabus was Deepak Hooda. Of course, we've seen him step up, on multiple occasions, even in the IPL. But coming to you, Rishabh, on this fabulous knock of his, what does it also go on to prove? Because everybody was expecting a lot of other names to be stepping it up. But just looking at that brilliant performance, are we now looking at Deepak Hooda also in the scheme of the things for the T20 World Cup?
Well, indeed, as you say, like the problem of plenty is again getting more players are in the contention to be in the T20 World Cup squad. The especially this innings of Huda, he must have really enjoyed himself out there today playing that knock along with the captain Hardik Pandya. I mean, in India were in kind of a trouble like when he walked in,
Yeah.
losing those two quick wickets, and then Pandya and he stabilized the innings together and took us to the finishing line.
All right. Now, you all tell me in the comments who were you most impressed with? If you had to pick from either side, doesn't matter which team you were supporting. Was it Tector or on the other side, Deepak Hooda doing the job? Because Irfan Pathan has tweeted that Dabang Hooda on fire has been a revolution in the last 1 year or so. He's batted at number 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 in last 1 year or so and batted in style. Easy win for Team India. उमेश आपका क्या कहना है इसके बारे में for somebody that Irfan has pointed out batting so effortlessly at all these numbers that he has pointed out that should really talk about what kind of a vital player he is.
एक्चुअली ना जब भी आप बड़े इवेंट्स के लिए जाते हैं आपके लिए नंबर 3 और नंबर 4 बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाते हैं क्योंकि नॉट ओनली आयरलैंड or everybody in Indian team management, including the cricketers, experts, everybody is eyeing on the T20 World Cup we are having this year. So, according to that, if Irfan Pathan have said this, and few days back, Sanjay Manjrekar have also talked about Deepak Hooda. If I remember, Rishabh might remember this. He has also covered that piece of Sanjay Manjrekar. So,
Right.
Sanjay Manjrekar told about Deepak Hooda that these kind of players you need in the lineup. तो दीपक हुड्डा वाइटल इसलिए है क्योंकि उनके पास आईपीएल का एक्सपीरियंस है उसी नंबर पे खेलने का या उनको शफल भी ऊपर नीचे किया जाता है तो वो बहुत आसानी से चीजों के साथ कंफर्टेबल हो जाते हैं इनके पास वो एक पिंच हिटिंग टेक्निक भी है एंड ही कैन एस्टेब्लिश हिमसेल्फ स्लोली विद ग्रेजुअली विद द इनिंग अगर जल्दी आपके फॉलो विकेट्स हो जाते हैं जल्दी विकेट डाउन हो जाते हैं तो वहां से इनिंग को स्टेबलाइज भी कर सकते हैं तो इसलिए इरफान पठान की स्टेटमेंट भी काफी क्रूशियल है ये दीपक हुड्डा के लिए और यस डेफिनेटली ही इज द गाय यू नीड इन द वर्ल्ड कप
Considering you spoke about the T20 World Cup and Sanjay Manjrekar, a very interesting statement that he made was that Jadeja might have to struggle also for a regular spot in the playing 11. And he might see Akshar Patel coming in. Rishabh, how would you react to that? Do you see that happening, or is it one of the statements that we're used to Manjrekar, talking about Jadeja ultimately?
Well, yeah, I guess it is indeed one of those statements because you literally cannot think of an Indian 11 without Ravindra Jadeja. He is the MVP. Let me say that again. He's the MVP, the most valuable player of the Indian team. Like, he is our live wire in the field as we know him. And as he's been doing it for Chennai over the years, he can be that pinch hitter down the order and give those quick runs. And we all know, like, his bowling prowess is not hidden from anyone.
All right, now moving back to the India versus Ireland series, let's take a look at what is happening on social tracker. क्योंकि हमने सब चर्चा की है, but let's find out कि social media पे क्या चर्चा हो रहा है and what people are tweeting about. Over here, the first one coming that whoa, that's pretty quick. If we could move on to the next one, Rohit Sankar tweeting Harry Tector very very upright while playing that reverse hit. Okay, so we have more. Sanju Samson only played one ODI and scored 46, but he didn't get any opportunity after that. Whereas players like Ruturaj Pant getting continuous games, even after failing miserably, different rules only made for Sanju Samson. Okay, do we have any other social tracker tweets? Sanju Samson always comes last in every BCCI list, even though he debuted in 2014. Even Tripathi comes above him in team sheet. It's not even alphabetical. So picking Sanju is just for the sake of it. They don't want to give him any more chances. Okay, Rishabh Umesh. Now this is a question we have had umpteen number of times on in the air on Crick Chacker because obviously everyone's looked at his journey in the IPL as well. But he also got that opportunity last year around July for the Sri Lanka India series, right? So, who would like to answer this about what is it with Sanju Samson and international opportunities? A, is competition just too much? Or two, is it because he doesn't capitalize on the opportunity on a big stage like the international one? Who would like to answer that?
I guess I'll go first. Well, the thing is that you see the kind of performances Dinesh Karthik has just given, and the way he just stormed back into the 11, there is no point in keeping him out of the 11 at this stage. He has
Right.
earned that spot, and there is no way that Indian can afford for him to lose that touch going into the 2020 World Cup. So, like, Samson might have to take a backseat over there. And when it comes to the debate with Rishabh Pant and Sanju Samson, I would say that yes, Rishabh Pant has been a bit under par, not a bit, a lot under par in T20 internationals. But the thing
Yeah.
is that the team is looking to invest in him just because of his heroics in Test cricket. Well, I don't know like how long can that go for because at the end of the day, everyone has to perform to stay in the team. So like maybe team management can finally like put an end to giving more chances to Pant and maybe can actually try giving that long run to Sanju Samson. Maybe now is the time to do that.
Right, probably everybody wants to see the Sanju Samson show ultimately that we're so used to seeing him do for Rajasthan Royals. But before we wrap up, I'll come to you, Umesh. What is it that we're looking forward to in the second T20I? Because Rishabh had also pointed out that Andrew said that there were certain players who were looking for that IPL contract as well, and the way that they did play a couple of them in today's match were quite impressive. So, what are we looking at? A tougher competition, and hopefully rain doesn't play the villain. But in terms of the second T20I, is it a big win again for India that you're predicting? Or Ireland can have a stronger comeback?
Actually, what we have got from this match and what we are expecting from the next match, we can completely calculate it like simply because Ireland has impressed me a lot today. You can calculate with the inning of Harry Tactor and how the Craig Young bowled. And just for a while, just forget the heroics of the Indian batting, and you can look at the deliveries the Irish bowlers were bowling. So yes, India might get a tougher competition in the second T20 match if the complete match gets into the play of the 20
Right.
overs. If Rain doesn't play a villain, so we can see much more heroics from Harry Tactor, and some of the IPL franchise he might be looking for the Tactor.
We're looking at. Right, and then you never know. Next time, next year, this time around, we will probably have all those players who had already finished playing the next edition of the Indian Premier League. But that's what the IPL is also all about, right? Getting the best talent from all over the world to give them a platform, and then for cricket lovers like us to watch the show that they put up. Now, on that very note, I want to thank both Umesh and Rishabh for joining me in the
Thank
studio
you.
on Crick Tracker Special Show in the Air. To all of you as well, thank you. But like we said, don't forget to join us when we come back once again to be discussing everything about the second T20I. We'll come back with all our predictions, trivia question, as well as interesting analysis. So don't miss out. Until we see you, goodbye from all of us and good night.